Bullets. Bullets. Antidote. Antidote. If you recognize what I just said right there, you'll really love this game I'm about to take a look at. And also, Happy Halloween! It's Zombie Revenge on this episode of Power Up. Happy Halloween, and welcome to the show. Well, anyway, in tonight's or today's episode, depending on when you watch this, I'm going to do, of course, a little Halloween theme game, I guess? Well, anyway, with this game, it involves zombies. Everybody likes zombies, right? I sure do. We're going to take a look at, if you can give me a second, Zombie Revenge for the Sega Dreamcast. If you're thinking, hey, that kind of reminds me of House of the Dead. Well, it should, because actually this is a spin-off of that franchise or series. And it's really cool that even in the characters you play as are AMS agents, who are of course, as you know, in the other House of the Deads, they were all the characters heroes. Some of them or all of them were AMS agents as well. Well, anyway, but this game is different because it isn't a light gun shooter. It's actually a brawler. Well, let's go take a look and fight some zombies. This awesome game came out in about 2000 in America, and by then the Dreamcast was slowly declining. But anyway, I like this game because as I mentioned, it's a kind of a spin-off of the House of the Dead. And it's cool is there's actually a level called, appropriately, the House of the Dead. And in that you actually go through the Curian Mansion from the first light gun arcade game of the same name. And I think, I don't know if it mimics the actual layout, but it's pretty freaking awesome. And anyway, the gameplay is basically, it's a brawler. I should say a brawler with the guns. Actually, and you can choose from 3 different people who are AMS agents. And basically they have a weapon to use, as well as like a melee, like a punch, or as you can see in this review, I used, I think, Stick Brightling, and he has a really good punch. And he's actually I'm not sure if he's the all-around or the most stronger, but I know when you fight a boss, you can use both guns, your gun and your fists. And also you can pick up other guns as well throughout the level. But apparently sometimes they don't stick with you. Kind of reminds me of Double Dragon 2, how like when you can get a weapon, but the next run of enemies it goes away. Although it doesn't happen all the time, so I don't get a weapon like, what the heck? Where'd my gun go? Where'd my awesome shotgun go? Or my cool machine gun? So it doesn't do it all the time. Sometimes you can carry over, but not all that much. So that's pretty cool. Now, and when I was saying about boss fights, you can use either just your gun, your fist, or a mixture of both. I usually do a mixture of both, but I found out that some of the bosses, when you just use your gun, it takes a little bit longer to get rid of an enemy. Although in some cases it's kind of a better way to do it. And although I think my person I was using, Stick Brightling, he can carry a maximum of I think 5 clips to my gun. But on the difficulty mode I was playing, which was even on normal mode, the game hands them out to you like, oh hey, you need more gun bullets, have some. So it's always readily apparent. So, but yeah, so and what's cool is too is sticking with the bosses. Sometimes it's kind of cool that somebody that can just punch them, and your fists do more damage than the gun. But of course, sometimes you don't have that choice to use your fist. Sometimes, one boss I was fighting, I think it was before the House of the Dead level. Let's see here, the boss was, well, first I could just rush punch him, and get that done. At first I thought, oh hey, I beat him, yay! But sadly, that was not the case. Apparently something jumped out of his body, so I couldn't really, he was shorter than my character, so I had to end up blasting the heck out of him with my with my gun. So, but it was good though. But I was able to beat him in, it was awesome. And of course, it being even a spin-off of a House of the Dead game, the acting is downright horrible, and kind of freaking hilarious too. If you're looking to pick up this awesome little gem of a game, to me anyway, you can usually get it online for between $18 to $30, depending on where you go. But I really enjoy it. It's really, I'm a big Brawler fan. I love Brawlers. It's always good to beat the stuffing out of fictitious, people. So, as usual, I really love this game. I highly recommend it. Of course, where else can you see a big beefy guy beat up a freaking zombie? Especially a big zombie boss for that matter. So, that should be reason enough for you to pick up this game. And as usual, as I usually do, of course, you probably expected me to say this, but if you live in or around South St. Paul, Minnesota, or that Twin Cities metro area in particular, please visit my awesome friends at Level Up Games. Besides video games, they have different collectible card games such as Yu-Gi-Oh!, Magic, and I think still Pokemon. And also they have tabletop board games as well, such as Warhammer, and some other cool games you can take a look at. And of course, if it's not, and it should be there all the while I'm dib jabbering here, so it's down below here if it isn't already. And of course, if you're watching this on YouTube, please rate and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And also, I have a I have a Facebook fan and group page, as well as a website and a Twitter feed. And that's all below as well. Well, anyway, thank you so much for watching, and have a safe and happy Halloween holiday if you're watching this around Halloween. And have an excellent day or night if you're watching this otherwise. Well, anyway, thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned for another episode of Power Up.